The story of Mother Teresa, a life of compassion and service. Mother Teresa, born Agnes Gonxha Bojaxhiu on 26 August 1910 in Skopje, modern-day North Macedonia, became a symbol of compassion and selfless service to the poor. Known for her work with the destitute of Calcutta, now Kolkata, India, she dedicated her life to helping the most marginalized people, earning her global recognition and sainthood in the Catholic Church. Her story is one of faith, humility, and relentless devotion to those suffering in poverty and despair. Early life, a foundation of faith. Agnes was born into an Albanian family in a small town where her father worked as a merchant. Her mother, Dranophile, was a deeply religious woman known for her charitable acts. Tragically, when Agnes was 8 years old, her father passed away. Her mother became the sole provider and instilled in Agnes a deep sense of faith and compassion, regularly taking her children to visit the sick and poor. From a young age, Agnes felt a calling to religious life. At 12, she decided to become a nun. By 18, she left home for Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto, an order of Irish nuns working in India. After a year of training, she was sent to Darjeeling, India, in 1929, where she took the name Sister Teresa in honor of Saint Therese of Lisieux, the patron saint of missionaries. The call to serve the poor. While teaching at St. Maria's High School in Calcutta, Sister Teresa lived a comfortable and respected life. However, she felt a growing sense of dissatisfaction. In 1946, on a train journey to Darjeeling, she experienced what she described as a call within a call. She felt God urging her to leave her teaching position and work with the poorest of the poor in the slums of Calcutta. This inner prompting led her to leave the Loreto order and begin a new path. In 1950, she founded the Missionaries of Charity, a new religious order devoted to serving the poorest of the poor. The order's mission was to care for the sick, the dying, the homeless, and the destitute, regardless of race, religion, or nationality. Founding the Missionaries of Charity. At first, Mother Teresa faced opposition from both the Catholic Church and the people of Calcutta, who were skeptical of her unconventional mission. But her passion for serving the destitute was unwavering. She began with a small group of volunteers, and over the years, the Missionaries of Charity grew exponentially, opening homes for the dying, orphanages, and schools. One of her first major projects was the Nirmal Hriday, Pure Heart, Home for the Dying, where she provided care to those left abandoned on the streets. Mother Teresa's approach to charity was simple yet profound. She emphasized the importance of dignity in death, offering the dying not only medical care but also love, prayer, and comfort in their final moments. Her work went beyond physical aid. It was about restoring the spiritual dignity of people who had been rejected by society. The global expansion of the Missionaries of Charity. By the 1960s, Mother Teresa's work gained international attention. The Missionaries of Charity spread beyond India, establishing homes and orphanages in other countries, including Bangladesh, Venezuela, and Africa. Despite her growing fame, Mother Teresa remained humble and focused solely on her mission. She refused to live in luxury and wore a simple white sari with a blue border, just like the women she served. Her efforts were often reported by the media, and she became known worldwide for her extraordinary dedication to the poor. In 1979, she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless work in Calcutta and around the world. In her acceptance speech, she famously said, "I pray that you will understand the hunger for love, the poverty of love, that is more important than the hunger for bread. If you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one." Controversies and criticisms. Despite her widespread admiration, Mother Teresa was not without her critics. Some accused her of focusing too much on the suffering of the poor rather than alleviating it. They argued that the conditions in her homes for the dying were often substandard and that her emphasis on suffering as a means of spiritual redemption led to inadequate medical care for her patients. Others criticized her connections with controversial figures, including political leaders such as the Albanian dictator Enver Hoxha and the Roman Catholic Church's opposition to contraception and abortion. Despite these criticisms, Mother Teresa continued to defend her approach, emphasizing the importance of love, humility, and the value of suffering. She believed that God had called her to serve the poor in this way, and she never wavered from her mission, no matter the challenges she faced. Later years and legacy. Mother Teresa's health began to deteriorate in the 1980s and 1990s, but she continued to work for the poor until her death on 5 September 1997, at the age of 87. The world mourned the loss of one of the most beloved figures of the 20th century. In her final years, her order had expanded to more than 500 houses worldwide, with thousands of sisters serving in nearly 130 countries. In recognition of her life and work, Mother Teresa was beatified by the Catholic Church in 2003, and she was canonized as a saint in 2016. Her canonization was based on her holiness and the numerous miracles attributed to her intercession. Pope Francis described her as a light of charity for the whole Church, and praised her for showing the world how to love and serve the poor. The enduring legacy of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa's life and legacy continue to inspire millions around the world. Her message of love, compassion, and service to the poor transcended religious and cultural boundaries. The Missionaries of Charity remains active, with thousands of members and volunteers continuing her work in hospitals, orphanages, shelters, and schools worldwide. Her life is a reminder that true greatness is not measured by wealth, power, or fame, but by one's ability to love and serve others, especially the most vulnerable. Mother Teresa lived her life in the service of others, embodying the core Christian teachings of love, humility, and sacrifice. She often said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." Her message remains timeless, urging us all to look beyond ourselves and respond to the needs of those around us with kindness and compassion. Mother Teresa's legacy is not only in the thousands of lives she touched, but in the enduring example she set for people of all faiths and backgrounds, showing us that one person, no matter how small their actions, can change the world with love.